Hello folks, welcome to another unboxing and mini review. I have a webcam today. It's from Logitech. It's the C925e version. It's basically a full HD webcam. Logitech has a lot of models out there. It's kind of getting difficult to choose a good one. This one is a little pricey compared to the other ones. Does it really make a difference? I'll talk about that in a minute. But before I get into the unboxing, the Logitech website basically says this is 1080p. It supports H.264, which basically means you have some compression even on low bandwidth networks. Looks pretty decent. So one of the reasons I went for this particular model was basically the minimalistic looks that it has. I have a small corner desk that I'm setting up as a home office, and I really do not want any fancy webcams that draw too much attention. They do look good, and they have a field of view of about 78 degrees, which is a little more than your typical laptop webcams, so it covers a little more background. So if you're into Zoom calls or meetings, that might just work well. And more importantly, it also has a software correction which basically adjusts the background light. So if you're sitting in a low light setting, if you're in a darkened room, the software will basically enhance the contrast and brightness to try to make the best out of what's visible. Two omnidirectional mics, they're integrated into the webcam itself, so it can pick up distance from about a meter away. Yeah, so he says high quality and low bandwidth. We'll look into that. Basically they're talking about codec support, and 264 basically allows us to do a lot of compression and still get pretty decent video quality even on a low bandwidth network. That's it. So why this particular model? I'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so I'll just jump into the unboxing. Everybody's into sustainable packages these days. So you have this pretty plain basic brown box. You open it up, you have a simple manual. I think these days the manuals are becoming outdated. I really don't know if we need much of this. A simple quick start guide should be enough. But there you have it, warranties and a couple of language support. And this, I guess, is the webcam. So like I said, I'll get the boxes out of the way, get everything out. So like I said, this is very minimalistic. One of the things that really caught my attention on this webcam is if I put this on top of a monitor, and if it's a bedroom, you really don't want a big one staring out. So this is one thing. And being a bedroom, the shutter was most important for me. So there's a built-in shutter, so you know that it's closed, right? You don't want any sneaky stuff going on behind your back, and this is it. So there are two mics, and this is the contraption that will kind of mount the webcam onto any monitor. So it's got a simple slot here. Let me pull out the wrapping, and it opens up to just sit on top of any monitor edge. It's got a tripod mount, so that's another interesting thing, which says this can be used on a tripod mount, and you can also just lay it on the desk if you wish to. It's got a stand, and there's a basic USB cable going out. So selling points for me, basically the built-in shutter, the mics that picks up sound from about a meter away, and minimalistic looks. Coming to the pricing part, it's fairly expensive for a full HD webcam, but there are not too many options as well. There is one that is more suited for there's one that is more suited for simple web conferences or video conferencing. Guys, this is not a great day for me to talk. Bear with me, sorry. So I'm just trying to pull up the other options that Logitech has. So if I go into Logitech products, you'll see that there are a bunch of options available. So there is one, this is the big one. This is probably meant for business setups. If I scroll down, go beyond the conference solutions, you'll find something that starts looking more usable for home use. So oops, yeah, so here we are. So this is another nice option. It looks a little flashy when you mount it on your monitor. That was an option available, and there is a much more basic version also available. So if you scroll down, there you see the 925 business cam, the one that we have right here, and this is the 930e, which is very similar to 925, but it has a slightly wider view. And the C925e, I think this is the most basic webcam that most people would be happy with. This it costs a fraction of the price of this particular one. It is full HD. I think it supports 720p, and it's got the same features. So yeah, unless you're really nitpicking about the looks and the software that comes with it, I think you're still fine. You're still better off with the Logitech C925e. It supports 720p, and most meetings, don't go beyond that. So, but if you do plan on doing a little bit of recording of your own, maybe some YouTube channels or even some training material, the higher definition 925e would make sense. It's got a glass lens, so it's supposed to give you slightly better picture because of the glass basically reduces refractions and chromatic aberrations, so that might help. We'll see. That's it. So let me set this up and I'll continue with the review. Thanks guys.